You know, wrestling fans, a lot of things happened tonight on SmackDown. A lot of things happened tonight. Matt Riddle making his debut. The Firefly Funhouse returning to SmackDown. The Firefly Funhouse returning to SmackDown. WWE advertising what we're going to see on Monday, a championship Raw. Championships defended galore this coming Monday. All that plus so much more we saw tonight on SmackDown, including Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura, expressing themselves about how disgusted they are about not being, pushed and them continuing to be overlooked and not being announced by Michael Cole and things of that nature. All that plus so much more we're going to discuss right here today on this SmackDown review. Before I do that, everybody knows what to do. Down below, hit that subscribe button and everything else that comes with it, which is the bell and the big thumbs up and all that kind of good stuff. Make sure you do that. Very important and it is appreciated here on the channel. Now, let's dive into this SmackDown, okay? First things first, Matt Riddle making his debut on SmackDown. Challenging pretty much the Intercontinental Champion, AJ Styles. The bro that's going to run the show. That's right. Matt Riddle making his debut, going to just take over SmackDown. That is the statement that he made tonight, wrestling fans, when he beat the IC champ AJ Styles. Pretty much naming himself the number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship. WWE's Wrestling 101 storytelling. That's pretty much what he just did. Unfortunately, however, okay, wrestling fans, and I hate saying this, but this is what WWE does. Okay? If you are a Matt Riddle fan, alright, I hate to break this to you. Okay? He's going to lose very soon. And it's going to be the AJ Styles. He came up from NXT. And AJ Styles now is a WWE guy. He didn't come through NXT or anything like that. And yes, I know he came from, New Japan and all that kind of good stuff. But he's been on the main roster for long enough. They did the same thing to Nakamura. They will do the same thing to Matt Riddle. Okay? And it's going to make a lot of fans unhappy. But I'm telling you, that is what will happen. They will humble, so to speak, Matt Riddle by having him lose to AJ Styles. Now, next week, we are not going to see AJ Styles defend against Matt Riddle. It is against Drew Gulak, Daniel Bryan's coach. But, still yet, sooner rather than later, probably at Extreme Rules, wrestling fans, AJ Styles will defend that IC strap against Matt Riddle. I bet. And who will win? AJ Styles. I just don't see them yanking the title off of AJ Styles that quick. Moving on. After that, very good matchup. Very good. Was not disappointed in that match whatsoever. Now, wrestling fans, let's move on to Miz TV. We got Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville on Miz TV tonight. And quite frankly, it just shows again. It showed again tonight that number one, they do not need to, once this rivalry's over between Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, they do not need to just toss Sonya Deville off to the side and do nothing with her. That's what this rivalry has shown. Because she got on there, and she got on the mic, and she tore it up tonight. She was awesome on the mic, saying that, you know, she is just as good as Mandy Rose on everything, pretty much except looks. That's pretty much what she said in the promo, and that's why she has not made it, you know, as far up on the ladder as Mandy Rose. And then she tore down everything that Mandy Rose has done in the WWE so far. Sonya Deville was absolutely excellent in this promo tonight. Absolutely do not toss Sonya Deville to the wolves, WWE, after this rivalry. She's doing too good of a job, okay? Too good of a job right now for you to just say, you suck, get away, you suck, you're not worth our time, okay? She's doing too good of a job. Now, Mandy Rose, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep giving her TV time. Do this thing with Otis. And eventually, look, have her turn her back on Otis. That's what makes sense. Do that. And I'm sorry, I do not see Otis being a Universal Champion. I just do not. If he becomes Universal Champion and he does a good job, but I don't see that happening. So since I don't see it happening, then have Mandy Rose be the reason why it does not happen. Now, moving on, we saw Shorty G taking on Mojo Rawley. Somebody tell me how I'm supposed to care about this. Somebody. WWE made it where we did not care. As if we are supposed to care about Mojo Rawley to begin with. But you stick Shorty G and Mojo Rawley in a singles matchup and you don't even let them get announced. No theme music, no entrance, no announcement. You just go from commercial break, and they're already in the ring. There you go. So their announcement was their promo before they went to commercial break. And then the match wasn't even long enough to really go with the tone you set from the promo, which was Shorty G just laying a huge punch right in Mojo Rawley's face because Mojo Rawley was making fun of Shorty G's height. And we're supposed to care about Shorty G and Mojo Rawley? If somebody out there can figure out how we're supposed to, then you let me know in the comments below. Now, moving on to Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura. First off, they had Bayley and Sasha Banks out there doing commentary in a tag team match that consisted of the New Day taking on the Lucha House Party, or the Luchas, whatever they want to call them, in which Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura came and interfered once the match was over. No doubt in my mind, number one contenders will be Cesaro and and Shinsuke Nakamura. And if Cesaro and Nakamura are really, upset, then there's no doubt in my mind either that they will win the tag team championships and eventually drop them back to the New Day. But wouldn't it have made sense to have Bayley and Sasha Banks out there during a women's tag team matchup? Build up a women's tag team? You have them women's tag team champions. You barely have any women tag teams in the entire division. And you have them out there during a men's tag team match. The only thing I can think of to think logic in this is you have them out there during a men's tag team match to draw more ratings to that match because you know the New Day will have bigger ratings. Whatever. You still need a women's tag team matchup and build up some women's tag teams in WWE. If not, why in the world do you have those belts? And no, I am not talking about simply the Iconics. We all know how good Bayley and Sasha Banks are, and that's why the titles are much more important right now. And that's all I got to say about that. Moving on to Bray Wyatt. Quite frankly, the only other thing on this show that was important enough to talk about. And that is the fact that we didn't see The Fiend. I honestly was expecting to see The Fiend pop up. I'm glad we didn't see it. It's interesting we didn't see it. Maybe we're going to wait for The Fiend to come back at, I don't know, SummerSlam? Make it one of those big 4 or 5 appearances. That would be cool. Or maybe they're just doing this storyline where they're bringing back Follow the Buzzards. Run. Maybe they're just bringing that back for a 1 month only, one time only. Maybe they're just doing that. You know, who knows? One thing I do know is I like that they're doing this with the Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman storyline. I do. A little bit different. You know, honestly, they're still repeating. I say a little bit different. They're still just spinning the same type nursery rhymes as last time. But at least they're adding kind of an extra layer to it, showing the old side of Bray Wyatt. And he's not looking the same as he did during the last feud that they had, which was exactly the way he looked when the Firefly Funhouse initially started tonight. They showed him with the rocking chair and Eric Rowan and the sheep and all that stuff tonight. It was good. I enjoyed that. I hope they should bring back more of that kind of stuff. Maybe of them being outside and things of that nature like they did in the past. In any case, I see at Extreme Rules Bray Wyatt, whether he's the Fiend, whether he is the goofy Firefly Funhouse dude that we see, that's Mr. Rogers like, or if he is follow the buzzards. His first character, he will become the Universal Champion at Extreme Rules in July. But you all let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and make sure you do everything else that I mentioned, which is give me a big thumbs up, leave me a comment, and make sure you hit that bell so you get all notifications. I will have an on the road coming up this week, going on a little vacation with my family and things of that nature. So I'll have an on the road for you. I will try to have a Raw review for you as well on Monday. It depends if I get service, quite frankly, because where we're going, it's out in the woods and things of that nature, and it's in hills, and it's hard to get service up there. So depends on if I get service, if I bring to you a Raw review, but I will definitely have an on the road for you at the end of next week. But tune in on Monday. Look to see if I have one on Monday night. But until I see you again, this is Webby, and I'll catch all of you on the other side. Talk to you later.